Safety alert, a 12-year-old girl allegedly raped by 3 teenagers who are all being charged as adults. Local 10's Magda Luisant is live in Miami with distressing details. Magda.
Janice, you know, this alleged crime happened in June, but it wasn't until this week a grand jury said these minors need to be charged as adults. This is why we are showing you their faces. Now, the details in this alleged crime are very disturbing. We want to warn you. 2 middle school age boys and a 15-year-old boy are facing serious charges as adults in connection to a rape case involving a 12-year-old girl.
So you're 12 years old? You're 13 years old?
Police say the co-defendants, Nelson Nunez, Josiah Jones, and Xavier Tyson, all played a part in the crime that took place in an Overtown community garden in June.
You were indicted by a grand jury and transferred to from juvenile court to adult court. That's why you are here.
Police reports say the victim was leaving her friend's house when 13-year-old Nelson Nunez grabbed her, forced her on a couch inside the Greenhaven community garden, and raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. We've learned from the founders of the community garden Greenhaven project, telling Local 10 the situation has been very saddening. They say the garden is closed off to the public outside of normal operating hours, and on that day, a construction company cut the side gate, which allowed for anyone to enter the garden. The organization said it extended support to the victim, adding, "We will always be here to support in the best way possible, and that our extension of love and resources will always be available to the victim and her family, which we very much cared for."
This is so disturbing. This is so disturbing.
Before he gets into what he's about to get into, man, I don't like this, man. I don't like this. I don't like this for our people. I don't like this for our community. I don't like this for those children. I don't like this for that little girl. I don't like that this is on the news. This is just bad, man. This is just bad. The fact that it's in Florida, where I'm located at, my home state, and I'm just looking at these kids' face. These are babies, bro. Where the fuck are they learning this shit from? A movie? Like, how do you know at 12 years old to get you and your homeboys? Like, you're not even in puberty yet. How the fuck do you know to get you and your homeboys go? If this is true, I'm assuming it's true. To go and rape, I'm about to go get this girl. We better go. If she finna ask her for this, if she don't give it to her, we finna go take this shit. What the fuck is going on? Where do you learn this from? Like, are you even in puberty yet? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on out here in 2026? And why the fuck is this on the news? I don't care if they're being charged as adults. These are babies, bro. This is something that this little girl is going to have to understand, even though her name is not mentioned, right? But this is all going to be public documentation because they're being charged as adults. So her name is going to be in the court system because now this is must-see TV. And this is bad, bro. This is bad. This is bad TV. These are babies. They made a very bad decision, and they definitely should get in trouble for it. They're going to have damn, dude. I don't like this shit at all. I'm putting that out there.
This is bad. This is so bad. And at first, I'm thinking, man, 12, 13, 15 years old, I don't know if they can charge them as adults. They put rocks in her mouth, and it went on for 30 minutes. And the other two actually held her down. And so the first thing that was coming to my mind
Where the fuck learn this at? Is this in Call of Duty?
Were the other ones peer pressured? Or do they just want it, did they just want to be in? And I was having this conversation on the Millionaire Morning Show. When I was younger and I would see people getting into stuff or they were saying they was about to go do stuff, I always had to resolve. And it came from my parents in that I never had to be a wannabe or want to be like everybody else in order to be who I was. I was authentically myself. And what we got to do is I'm going to come back to this in a second. What we have to do is we have to start putting in our kids that we don't have to keep on trying to be like everybody else, even on these spaces, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or any other social media platform. Everybody just want to be a part of the go along, get along gang. Most people don't even have a mind of their own, and they're trained since they were younger to have this mentality and to think like this and to think like idiots and imbeciles. And this is what it resulted to. These young kids, monsters, bro. Absolute monsters. I think the biggest thing is I would like to see their parents. I just want to see their parents, because when you in this space and when you 12 years old and you participating in this nonsense, and I know where Overtown is right over, literally right next door to Wynwood over in Miami, which is right next door to the Design District, which is right next door to Midtown, because I spent a lot of time over there, a whole lot of time. And if you move just a few blocks over, you in Overtown, it's infested with drugs, gang activity, all kind of stuff, right? I mean, it's one of the, it's kind of being remodeled and gentrified because it's becoming an extension to an extent of Wynwood, right? And Wynwood has already been gentrified. I ain't even gonna say gentrified, it's been developed, right? Because gentrification is not even really a thing in my opinion, but that's a whole nother conversation. But my point is that this happened for 30 minutes and they put rocks in her mouth. Can you imagine the level of trauma that this young girl gonna grow up with? And that's another thing that we don't talk about, is that we don't talk about how what happened in people's childhoods lead them to ultimately, turn against men, or to turn feminist, or, even to turn to homosexuality, at a point in their life. And it's just bad. This is horrific. And I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And I'm surprised that the father allowed for them to be arrested, because all three of them would have been on the ground, and that would have been the end of that. I can't even say what else that I would want to say in this whole situation. All three of them, it would have been it. It would have been over for them. Now, here's the worst part about it. These young kids are basically going to be growing up and transferred into adult facilities as 17 and 18-year-olds, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to grow up in the prison system, and they did a horrific crime that is not accepted in any capacity, especially in prison.
And they're gonna be separated. I'm just assuming that this is true, right? That this is not all just one big mistake, that the media got this incorrect. And y'all boys gonna be separated. Y'all might be together in county, y'all might be together in the junior camp, but the moment y'all turn 17, 18 years old, y'all boys gonna be separated for however long these people finna lock y'all boys up. Damn, bro, y'all babies, bro. You guys are kids, bro. How do you even know how to do it? Are you even in puberty? I don't know.
Prison. And they're going to be in there with grown men, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old men in the prison. Ugh, it's bad, bro. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad all the way around. I don't see anything good or any good lesson that we can take from this at all.
Both the 12 and 13-year-old are at the West Detention Center, both of them being held there without bond. As far as Xavier Taylor, the 15-year-old, we have not seen that he has seen a judge just yet, but when he does, we'll update you on what happens there. And we have also reached out to everyone involved in this case, their representatives, and that includes the victim in this case, and we have not heard back from anyone just yet. We're live in Miami. I'm Magdala Lucen, Local 10 News.
2 at 11 for months, a little girl lived with the horror of rape at the hands of 3 young boys.
Tonight in a one and only exclusive, the child's mother emotional in her demand for justice. Local 10's Byron Tollefson is live in Miami with this heartbreaking story, and nobody can even imagine their child going through this. Byron.
Oh, it's just awful, and we do want to warn you viewers before this story begins that this story is very disturbing.
I don't care if they make it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years, guess what? I'm going to always feel like, as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
A mother asking for justice for her young 12-year-old daughter after police say a group of boys took her into a community garden in Miami's Overtown neighborhood, and one of them raped her for 30 minutes.
At the end of the day, they did it.
The 12-year-old girl telling police she was leaving her friend's house and saw the boys in a parking lot. Police say that 13-year-old Nelson Nunez grabbed her and forced her onto a couch in the Greenhaven Community Garden. Then, investigators say 12-year-old Josiah Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming while Nunez raped her, only stopping when they heard her father calling out her name.
Because I must say, I'm angry.
Crazy.
Police say a third boy, Xavier Tyson, now 15, was also involved. All 3 boys are now charged criminally as adults.
So you're 12 years old? You're 13 years old?
The girl's mom thankful to a witness who came forward and just trying to be there for her daughter.
We just taking it one day at a time. That's the best answer I can give you. We taking it one day at a time.
Prosecutors say that all 3 boys are facing a false imprisonment charge, while Nunez and Jones are facing sexual battery charges. We're live in Miami tonight. Byron Tollefson, Local 10 News.
This is bad, bro. This is just bad all the way around. As a father myself of a daughter, and it took months in order for them to find a witness, a person that is willing to step forward to actually substantiate this. This is crazy. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure.
This shouldn't have been on TV for the sake of the young lady, bro. She's going to have to know that this is circulating around the internet because their names are out there and everybody knows that this is located in Miami-Dade, Florida, Dade County, Florida. They're going to look at that case up. They're going to find her name. Hopefully she doesn't have any social medias. Man, I feel bad for the young lady. I feel bad for her mom. I feel bad for her dad. As far as these little boys, man, I know Anton kind of mentioned about, I would like to see the parents. I can give a fuck about the parents at this point, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And her life is mentally over right now. She's going to need a lot of rehab. She's going to need a lot of support. She's going to need a lot of love. And their life is over there. Their life is over. They're damn, dude. This is your first time tuning into my YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe, man. Please drop a comment below. I would love to have a civilized conversation about this. I know I'm reacting to a reactor, but these are real topics, and we need to have conversations about these things, man. Drop the comment below. Let me know what you think. Give me your opinion on this, bro. If you're angry, I don't care. Put it in the comment section. Until next time, man.